Which of the following are energy rich foods? It is nothing but carbohydrates and lipids are called as energy rich foods because they are energy producers. In which mode of nutrition an organism derives its food from the body of another organism without killing it? It is parasitic nutrition. The mode of nutrition found in fungi, it is saprotrophic nutrition. Roots of the plants absorb water from the soil through the process of osmosis. The site of photosynthesis in the cells of leaf, it is chloroplast. In amoeba, the food will get digested in the food vacuole. Which of the following events in the mouth cavity will be affected if salivary amylase is lacking in the saliva? It is starch breaking down into sugars, proteins breaking down into amino acids, absorption of vitamins, fats breaking down into fatty acids and glycerol, starch breaking down into sugars. Which region of the alimentary canal absorbs the digested food? It is the small intestine. The contraction and expansion movement of the walls of food pipe is called as peristaltic movement. When a few drops of iodine solution are added to rice water, the solution turns bluish black in color. This indicates that rice water contains starch. The exit of unabsorbed food material is regulated by anal sphincter. What are the products obtained by anaerobic respiration in plants? It is ethanol, carbon dioxide and energy. The breakdown of pyruvate to give carbon dioxide, water and energy, it takes place in mitochondria. Glycolysis process occurs in which part of the cell? It is in cytoplasm. Name the substance whose buildup in the muscles during vigorous physical exercise may cause cramps. It is lactic acid and energy. Name the process in a leaf through which respiratory exchange of gases take place. It is stomata. The respiratory pigment present in human beings, it is nothing but hemoglobin. Which plant tissue transports water and minerals from the roots to the leaf? It is xylem. The movement of food in the phloem is called as translocation. A blood vessel which pumps the blood from the heart to the entire body, it is nothing but artery. Name a circulatory fluid in the human body other than blood. It is lymph. Single circulation, blood flows through the heart only once during one cycle of passage through the body. Is exhibited by which of the following? It is hippocampus, exocetus and avas. Name the tube which connects the kidney to the urinary bladder. It is ureter. Which part of the nephron allows the selective reabsorption of useful substances like glucose, amino acids, salts and water into the blood capillaries? It is tubule. Where is the dirty blood in our body filtered? It is in the kidneys. The procedures used for cleaning the blood of a person by separating urea from it, it is called as dialysis. Which is the correct sequence of the body parts in human alimentary canal? Mouth, esophagus, stomach, small intestine, large intestine. Identify the correct path of urine in the human body. It is kidney, ureter, urinary bladder and urethra. Autotrophic organisms include green plants and some bacteria. A gland not associated with the alimentary canal, it is nothing but adrenal gland. Which of the following are chiefly digested in the stomach? It is the proteins. From the given picture of the digestive system, identify the part labeled as gastric gland. It is B. Large intestine in man mainly carries out absorption. The part of the digestive system where no digestion takes place, it is esophagus. The fermentation of glucose by yeast normally yields lactic acid, carbon dioxide and 2 molecules of ATP. A large quantity of one of the following is removed from our body by lungs. It is carbon dioxide and water. In respiration, air passes through nasal cavity, pharynx, larynx, trachea, bronchi and bronchioles. A biochemical compound that readily combines with oxygen and distributes it throughout the human body. It is nothing but hemoglobin. The process in which loss of water takes place in the form of water vapor through stomata is called as transpiration. In a closed circulatory system, the blood is completely enclosed within the heart. Normal blood pressure, that is systolic and diastolic pressure of a human being, it is 120 by 80 millimeter mercury. Blood pressure is measured with the help of an instrument called sphygmomanometer. Which of the following statements is not correct? Deoxygenated blood is poured into right atrium of heart. The excretory units of flatworms are flame cells. Human kidney has about 1 million nephridia. Tracheids and vessels are non-living conducting tissues. Human kidneys has about 1 million nephridia. Which part of the alimentary canal receives bile juice from the liver? It is a small intestine. When air is blown from mouth into a test tube containing lime water, the lime water turns milky due to the presence of carbon dioxide. The filtration units of kidneys are called as nephrons. They are the structural and functional units of kidneys. Oxygen liberated during photosynthesis comes from water. The opening and closing of the stomatal pore depends upon water in the guard cells. The pharynx is where the respiratory and digestive passage come together. The conditions necessary for the photosynthesis to take place are sunlight, chlorophyll, carbon dioxide and water. The process in which the digested food passes through the intestinal wall into bloodstream is called absorption. The teeth covered with sticky yellowish layer of food particles and bacteria is called plaque. Iodine turns bluish black on reacting with starch. The energy produced during respiration is stored in the form of ATP, which stands for adenosine triphosphate. Pyruvic acid is a 3-carbon compound which is known as pyruvate. The rate of breathing in aquatic animals is much faster than in terrestrial animals. The actual exchange of gases takes place in the alveoli of lungs. And tracheids are long, thin, spindle-shaped cells with pits in their thick cell walls. The liquid part of the blood is called plasma. The expansion of an artery each time the blood is forced into it is called pulse. Gums and resins are the waste products of the plants. Match the following: fish, gills; birds, lungs; aquatic arthropoda, it is nothing but trachea; earthworm, moist cuticle; mouth, saliva; stomach, gastric juice; duodenum, digestive juice; small intestine, intestinal juice. What do you mean by life processes? The processes which perform maintenance job in our body are called life processes. Name the activity of living beings which is considered as indication of life. It is movement. Name the basic requirement of living organisms needed to obtain energy. Food. Name the process by which plants prepare their own food. It is photosynthesis. Mention the raw materials required for photosynthesis. The raw materials which are required for photosynthesis are carbon dioxide and water in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll. Name 4 nutrients needed by the plants which are taken up from the soil: nitrogen, phosphorus, iron and magnesium. Name the cell organelle in which photosynthesis is known to occur: chloroplast. Name the green pigment present in the leaves of a plant: chlorophyll. In the experiment, light is essential for photosynthesis. Why does the uncovered part of the leaf turn bluish black after putting iodine solution? Starch is produced in the uncovered part of the leaf due to photosynthesis, which turns bluish black in the presence of iodine solution. Name a unicellular organism which uses cilia to move food particles into its mouth: paramecium. Mention how organisms like bread molds and mushrooms obtain their food. Organisms like bread molds and mushrooms break down the food particles outside the body and then absorb it. Classify the following as saprotrophs and parasites. Among the following: leech, yeast and mushroom. Saprotrophs are yeast and mushroom, whereas parasite is the leech. Which enzyme is present in saliva breaks starch? The saliva contains an enzyme called salivary amylase that breaks down starch. Why does our mouth water when we see or eat a food which we really like? Due to the production of saliva by the salivary glands in the mouth. Why does the bread taste sweet on mastication? Salivary amylase act on starch of food and change it into a sweet sugar called maltose. Which pancreatic enzyme is effective in digesting proteins? Trypsin is the pancreatic enzyme which is effective in digesting proteins. Where does digestion of fat take place in our body? Digestion of fat takes place in the small intestine of our body. What is alimentary canal? It is a long tube extending from mouth to anus in which digestion and absorption of food takes place. Define peristaltic movement. Peristaltic movement is defined as the contraction and relaxation of muscles in the food pipe which brings down the pipe into the stomach. Peristaltic movement may be defined as the rhythmic contraction and relaxation of the esophageal muscles which brings food down the pipe, that is the esophagus, into the stomach. Name the longest part of the alimentary canal. Small intestine. What is emulsification? Breaking down of large globule of fats into smaller fat droplets is called emulsification. What is the name given to the biological catalyst which speed up the chemical reaction taking place in the cells? It is enzyme. Name the muscle which regulates the exit of food from stomach into small intestine. It is sphincter muscles. How does the acidic medium in the small intestine is converted into alkaline for pancreatic enzyme? By the action of bile juice secreted by liver. In which part of the alimentary canal digestion does not occur? It is in the large intestine. Name the structure which regulates the exit of waste materials. Anal sphincter. State the basic difference between the process of respiration and photosynthesis. Respiration uses oxygen and releases carbon dioxide, but in photosynthesis carbon dioxide is used and oxygen is being released. Name the pigment present in human which aids in respiration. It is hemoglobin. Give one point which is common for both aerobic and anaerobic respiration. In both aerobic and anaerobic respiration, the chemical used is glucose. Why is anaerobic respiration less efficient? Anaerobic respiration is the incomplete breakdown of glucose and produces less energy, so it is less efficient. The exit of food from the stomach is regulated by being regulated by sphincter muscle. Small intestine is the longest part of the alimentary canal. The process of breakdown of glucose into pyruvate takes place in the cytoplasm. Small intestine is the site of complete digestion of carbohydrates, proteins and fats. Breaking of pyruvate using oxygen takes place in the mitochondria. Rings of cartilage are present in the windpipe to ensure that the air passage does not collapse. The blood has platelet cells which plug the leakage in the vessels by helping to clot the blood at the point of injury. Phloem transports products of photosynthesis from the leaves to other parts of the plant. Control and coordination. Which plant hormone promotes dormancy in seeds and buds? It is abscisic acid. Roots of plants are positively geotrophic. Response of plant roots towards water is called as hydrotropism. Movement of sunflower in accordance with the path of the sun is due to phototropism. Which plant hormone promotes dormancy in seeds and buds? It is abscisic acid. Roots of plants are positively geotropic. Response of plant roots towards water is called as hydrotropism. Movement of sunflower in accordance with the path of the sun is due to phototropism. Which plant hormone promotes cell division? It is cytokinin. The main function of abscisic acid in plants is to inhibit the growth. The fall of mature leaves and fruits from plants is triggered by which of the following substance? It is abscisic acid. Any change in the environment to which an organism responds is called as Any change happening in the environment is called stimulus. For every stimulus, a particular response will be shown by the animal body. A part of the body which responds to the instructions sent from nervous system is called effector. The longest fiber on the cell body of a neuron, it is axon. Which nerve transmit impulses from the central nervous system towards muscle cells? It is motor nerves. A microscopic gap between a pair of adjacent neurons over which nerve impulses pass is called as synapse. Give the missing term in the figure being displayed in the diagram. Stimulus, receptor, sensory neurons. It is after sensory neurons, it will be spinal cord. From spinal cord, motor neurons to effector and response. This is the schematic representation of reflex arc. The highest coordinating center in the human body, it is the brain. The main function of cerebrum, it is thinking. The posture and balance of the body is being controlled by cerebellum. Breathing is controlled by which part of the brain? It is medulla oblongata. Which part of the nervous system controls the reflex activities of the body? It is spinal cord. Which part of the nervous system controls the reflex activities of the body? It is spinal cord. Which of the following acts as both endocrine and exocrine gland? It is pancreas. Identify which of the following statements about thyroxine is incorrect. Thyroid gland requires iodine to synthesize thyroxine. Thyroxine is also called thyroid hormone. It regulates protein, carbohydrates and fat metabolism in the body. Iron is essential for the synthesis of thyroxine hormone. It is iron is essential for the synthesis of thyroxine hormone is the wrong statement. Which gland secretes the growth hormone? It is pituitary gland. The secretion of which hormone leads to physical changes in the body when you are about 10 to 12 years of age? It is testosterone from testis and estrogen from ovary. A diabetic patient suffers from deficiency of which hormone? It is insulin. Which of the following endocrine glands does not exist in pairs? It is pituitary gland. Which part of a nerve cell contains a nucleus? It is the cyton. Reflex arc is formed by receptor, spinal cord and muscle. Which of the following tissue provides control and coordination in animals? It is nervous and muscular. nervous and muscular tissues. A student accidentally places her hand on a flame of candle and quickly pulls her hand away. The flame represents a stimulus. How many pairs of cranial nerves are present in man? It is 12 pairs. Reflex actions are mediated through spinal cord. The leaves of Mimosa pudica, that is touch-me-not plant, are sensitive to touch. Which statement is incorrect about auxins? They promote the growth of root, they promote the growth of shoot, they influence the formation of flower and ripening of fruit, they inhibit the growth of root. It is they promote the growth of root. The hormone that is used to keep the flowers fresh, it is cytokinin hormone. The main effect of cytokinin in plants is to increase the length of internodes on flowering stem. Abscisic acid, it controls leaf fall and dormancy. Which endocrine gland is known as master gland? It is the pituitary gland. Which of the following acts as both endocrine and exocrine gland? It is the pancreas. Which hormone regulates the ionic balance in the body? It is vasopressin. Which of the following is not a ductless gland? It is a liver. Aging in human beings is caused by disappearance of which of the following glands? It is thymus gland. Which of the following statement is correct about receptors? It is gustatory receptors detect taste while olfactory receptors detect smell. Which of the following is not associated with the growth of plant? It is abscisic acid. Involuntary actions in the body are controlled by medulla oblongata in hindbrain. The cells in our body that can be over a foot long are nerve cells. The box enclosing the brain is called cranium. The lobes parietal, temporal, frontal and occipital belongs to cerebrum. In a neuron, conversion of electrical signal into a chemical signal occurs in axonal end. Posture and balance of the body is being controlled by cerebellum. The movement of shoot towards light is called phototropism. The movement of sunflower in accordance with the path of the sun is due to phototropism. Reflex action is an autonomic motor response without the involvement of brain. It is a true statement. Insulin is given to person suffering from goiter. No, it is given to diabetic patient. False statement. Iodine is essential for the synthesis of thyroxine hormone. Yes, iodine is very much essential for the synthesis of thyroxine hormone. Plants coordinate their behavior against environmental changes by using plant hormones. True. The reaction to stimulus is characteristic property of animals only. No, the reaction to stimulus is characteristic property of plants also. The shoots of a potted plant kept near the window bent towards sunlight because of negative phototropism. No, because of positive phototropism. A cell or group of cells in a sense organ which is sensitive to a particular type of stimulus is called receptor. Yes, receptor cells. The hormone which is associated with female puberty, it's called testosterone hormone. No, it is not testosterone hormone. It is estrogen hormone. The job of the central nervous system is to collect all the information from all the receptors in our body. True. Neuron, functional unit of nervous system. Cyton contains nucleus and cytoplasm. Dendrites, short and branched. Axon, it is elongated fibers. Photoreceptors, it is light. Gustatory receptors, it is taste. Olfactory receptors, it is smell. Phonoreceptors, it is nothing but sound. Name two tissues that provide control and coordination in multicellular animals. The two tissues that provide control and coordination in multicellular animals are nervous and endocrinal tissues. Why do living organisms show movement? To use the changes in the environment to their advantage. Mention the part of the body where gustatory and olfactory receptors are located. Gustatory receptors are located in cerebrum. Part of forebrain. Olfactory receptors are located in the olfactory lobe of forebrain. State the function of gustatory receptors. Gustatory receptors receive taste, whereas olfactory receptors are known to receive the smell. If we step on something sharp accidentally, we move our foot away at once. What type of response is it? Reflex action. What is the significance of reflex action? Reflex action enables the animal to respond quickly and relieves the brain from excess work. Name two components of central nervous system in human being. The two components of central nervous system in human beings are brain and spinal cord. How is the spinal cord protected in the human body? Spinal cord is being enclosed in a bony cage called vertebral column. Mention the function of hindbrain in human beings. Hindbrain coordinates the body movements and posture. It also controls respiration. Which part of the brain is concerned with memory, will and power? It is cerebral hemispheres. Name the place of the human body where largest number of neurons are present. It is human brain. Name the part of the brain which is concerned with muscular coordination in the body. Cerebellum. Which is the main coordinating center of the body? Brain. What are the different parts of the human brain? The three major parts of human brain are forebrain, midbrain and hindbrain. Mention the components of forebrain, cerebrum and olfactory lobes. Do you know which part of the brain you use to think? It is forebrain. Which part controls the involuntary actions such as coughing, sneezing and vomiting? Medulla oblongata of hindbrain. Which part controls the voluntary action? Cerebrum of forebrain. Which part of our brain is responsible for maintaining posture and balance of the body? Cerebellum. What are tropic movements? The movement which a plant makes in response to an external stimulus is called tropic movement. What are nastic movements? There are certain movements due to which stimulus of certain movements due to stimulus of contact, light, heat. Such movements are called nastic movements. What are the different stimuli acting on plant? Light, gravity, water and touch. How do plants convey information? By chemical coordination. A young green plant receives sunlight from one direction only. What will happen to its shoots and roots? Shoots will bend towards the light, whereas the roots will bend away from the source of light. A potted plant is made to lie horizontally on the ground. Which part of the plant will show positive geotropism and negative geotropism? Root shows positive geotropism. Shoot shows negative geotropism. Why hormones are called chemical messengers? Hormones are carried in the blood streams to all parts of the body, so they are called chemical messengers. Which gland is known as master gland? It is pituitary gland. Why is pituitary gland called the master gland? The pituitary gland controls the activity of other endocrine glands, so it is called master gland. What are the functions of hypothalamus? It regulates the secretion of hormones from pituitary gland. What are endocrine glands? Ductless glands which manufacture hormones and secrete them directly into the bloodstream. Why are endocrine glands called ductless glands? Endocrine glands are called ductless glands because they do not have any external duct to discharge their secretions into the bloodstream. Where hypothalamus gland is located? Hypothalamus gland is located in the brain. Name the hormone which is associated with the metabolism of carbohydrates, proteins, calcium and phosphorus. It is thyroxine hormone. Name the part of the human body in which the adrenal and pituitary glands are located. It is adrenal gland above kidney, so it is called suprarenal gland, pituitary gland, brain. Name one gland in human body which secretes digestive enzymes as well as hormones. It is pancreas. Name the gland which secretes estrogen and progesterone hormone. Ovaries. Name the hormone that regulates blood sugar level. Insulin. Name the plant hormones which promote cell division. It is cytokinins. Growth of the stem. It is gibberellins. Name one plant growth hormone which retards growth during extremely dry season. Abscisic acid. Give an example of a plant hormone that promotes its growth. Where is it synthesized? Auxin promotes growth. It is synthesized at the shoot tip of the plant body. Name one organ where growth hormone is synthesized in case of plants and man. Shoot tip in plants and pituitary gland in man. What will happen to a plant shoot if sunlight falls on it from one direction only? The shoot will bend towards light. What name is given to chemical substances which bring about control and coordination in plant hormones? Control and coordination are the functions of the nervous system and hormones. The nervous system uses electrical impulses to transmit messages. Central nervous system consists of brain and spinal cord. Largest part of the brain is cerebrum. Deficiency of growth hormone in childhood leads to dwarfism in human beings. The growth of pollen tubes towards the ovules is result of a chemotrophic movement.